right then, hump day. For some of us, not this guy anytime soon, if ever again. That's okay. I have medical issues that make me an embarrassment and also require a very specific woman to be able to participate in that sort of activity with, due to my neediness. I don't know, I'm not going to get into it. Anyway, let's see. The route doesn't look too bad. I only got to put on 2 parts on a refrigerator that I ordered. Easy peasy. The rest are all diagnostics. The last one is down in Central. So this allows me to go to Home Depot and get my rock glue. The weather is supposed to be beautiful and perfect right up until the weekend. So this will allow me to spray the rock glue on the driveway. Sweet. This also allows me to go down to Harbor Freight and pick up a new corded beefy Sawzall. I just paid off my Harbor Freight credit card. That's the only credit card I kept running because I know I'm always going to need stuff at Harbor Freight. So I kept that one open. I paid off and closed everything else down. Probably a good part of the reason my credit score is at 850. That, and get a load of this shit. When I refinanced the house, I didn't know this, but when I refinanced the house and got it all in my name as a whole new mortgage, that showed up on my credit report as paying off the house. Yeah. I paid off a $300 and something thousand house. No wonder I got an 850 credit score. They don't know the real story. I turned right around and took out another 300 something thousand, no, 200 something $1,000 now loan for a house. That's awesome. But anyway, I paid off the Harbor Freight card the other day. That's a little thing my dad told me. He hates credit cards, but he lives by them. He doesn't have a debit card, like a checkbook debit card. He lives by his credit cards. Well, that's because he gets perks by using the card so frequently. But what he does is he stays disciplined, and at the end of every month, he totally pays off the card. That way he cheats them out of the interest. So ever since I was old enough to be out on my own and in charge of my own money, he's been preaching. When he finds out that I have a credit card, he's greatly disappointed. Then when he finds out that credit card is maxed out with high payments and 20% interest, he's even more greatly disappointed. And he preaches, you know. So, I finally am at a stage in my life where my life is almost over, where I don't have any credit cards, and the one that I do, I'm following discipline and his advice and paying it off as fast, right away after I buy something. So anyway, I'll be able to go down and pick up a Sawzall today. If I want to, I'll be able to go down to the Turd and check on things. Grab my Yeti thermos. There's a couple other things that I wanted to get that I left there. But I'll be able to remember those as I'm driving around today up here before I go down there. Last stop of the day, customer only wants me. I was hoping one of those situations would show up. Not only that, the last couple of days, I've been bugging out early. I haven't had 8-hour days, so this will make up for it with the drive time. Sweet. Yeah. Didn't do anything last night. Came home. I filmed a Cooking with Kenny food segment, but I didn't post it. It's kind of stupid. Not that I'm trying to portray myself as being perfect and not making mistakes. That's the whole point of this vlog, as a video diary showing you my successes and my failures. This isn't a bragging board. No. So I should have posted it. But there's this chick on YouTube that I subscribe to called the Sandwich Hottie or the Sandwich Babe or something like that. She does a little cooking show. Usually not a video, but it's a short. It's 2 minutes or less. She makes these amazing sandwiches. Yeah. So one of them was a grilled cheese, and instead of putting butter on the outside of the bread and then frying it in the frying pan, she put mayonnaise. I'm like, what? I gotta try that. So last night, I still haven't gone to the grocery store. That's another thing I can do. If I go down to South Central, where the trailer is, I could take my lunch break. Because it'll take me about 30 minutes to get groceries. I could take my lunch break and go to my grocery store down there that I love so much and do my grocery shopping and haul it home for free in the van. I literally got to drive right by the lake house to get back here to punch out. I could stop at the lake house and drop it off. Oh my goodness. So I might do that. Yeah. But anyway, I was utilizing what I had in the house. So I had some awesome garlic cheese. I had some bread left. I always have mayo. But when I went to Quick Trip last night on the way home, to pick up Glazer donuts for my parts guy at O'Reilly's Auto Parts, just in case he was right about that relay being unplugged on the Jeep and that's what was causing the battery light. He was wrong. On the way into work today, the battery light came back on. When I got here at work, I flipped open the hood with the truck running and I did voltage tests. The alternator is putting out 14 point something volts, which is what it's supposed to. I shut the Jeep off. I let it sit for about 2 minutes so the voltage stabilized. I took a voltage reading on the battery. It's just under 13 volts, 12.9 something. Everything is perfect. I don't get it. I don't know. So I'm not going to worry about it. But anyway, see, I hate when I do that because I don't remember the storyline that I was running with. I went to Quick Trip and milk was $2 and something a gallon. So I grabbed 2 gallons of that. I forgot. I didn't bring any bananas. I grabbed a bundle of bananas. I grabbed that avocado just so I could make this sandwich. And I did it. And it was very good. Yes. Yeah. But through the process of making it, I was screwing up and dropping stuff and making mistakes and buttering the wrong side of the bread. It was a clown show. So I'm not even going to post it. Yeah. But anyway, gorgeous day. Oh yeah, that was another thing. I was sitting down in the lounge watching YouTube last night after dinner and looking out at the lake, and I was like, man, I should go grab some more tiny little minnow baits and go doing trolling passes for crappies. But F it. So I didn't. But anyway, Mia, we talked a little bit on the phone last night. She was in a real giddy mood. Yeah. A lot of energy. She wasn't sleepy. She didn't get home till about 8 something, running for the Amish Mafia. Yeah, 8, 9, somewhere in there. But she was just all jacked up. She starts talking. Normally she comes in the door, drops her shit, takes care of little bitters, and tells me, yeah, I'm going to bed. Good night, sweet dreams. So she starts talking about this and that. Here, yesterday, she stood up to the Amish Mafia boss. Yeah. Yep. So she was telling me about it. So she had a conversation with him, and without going into any details, she expressed that she feels undervalued. She's been working there 15 months. What happens with normal people after 3 months? They get a raise. She's not getting a raise. She told him she wants $20 an hour. He freaked out. Now, he said, we don't pay by the hour, we pay by the day. And I told Mia, I said, see, that is so they can exploit you. They can take advantage of you. They can work you a 12-hour day and pay you a flat rate. And now they don't feel guilty for doing you wrong. Yeah, when they did you wrong. Time is money. Yeah. Minutes or hours of your life that you're never going to get back. So they negotiated and haggled, and they settled on she's getting paid $100 a day instead of 50. All right? But she's going to renegotiate. What did she say? In a couple of months or something? Because his excuse was, and this, I had to hit her with reality again. Well, I can't afford that. This dude is rolling in money. Yeah. His shtick is, he runs these auctions. He gets paid good for running these auctions. He buys stuff at the auction for dirt cheap, turns around, flips it, makes a major profit. On top of building houses, remodeling houses, he's lying out his ass. I can't afford to pay you out $20 an hour. I'm like, see? So she said, well, how much, how does she put it? How much do you value me, or What do you think I'm worth? Blah, blah, blah. And, of course, he had nothing to say. Because he's never considered that. He's selfish. He's only thinking of himself. What can he get away with for next to nothing as a cheap bastard? Frugal bastard. So, he didn't go for the $20 an hour, but he did go for the $100 a day. Also, she said she wants 2 weekends a month off. Now, this is where our conversation turned into an argument, and she signed off and hung up on me. She told him, I have a life. And I told her, I said, what do they still know that you're dating somebody? You have a guy? Because they did in the past. She would be on the phone FaceTiming me, and they would come back to the van from wherever they were at, and they would catch her on the phone talking to me. Oh, she's talking to her man or something like that. And I said, what? Have you not told him that I'm your man anymore, or what's going on here? But she said, my personal life is none of their business. I don't talk about my personal life or anything like that. And I said, oh, so you're keeping us a secret and you're not proud of me. Okay. Something along those lines. And, of course, it poked a bear because it's fact and reality, and she didn't want to hear fact and reality. She does not want to face guilt and shame for doing something wrong. And I got hung up on. So that's how it ended. But I'm proud of her for standing up to the boss. But the boss asked her, are you quitting me? Do I got to start looking for another driver? And she made it clear to him that if he meets her requirements, she's not going anywhere. Well, that means she does not plan on progressing forward in our relationship and cohabitating with me at the lake house and transitioning up there. Because if she were to do that, there's no way she can drive 2 hours one way to go work for these frugal bastards. Yeah. She would have to find something up here in the Northwoods. So she's obviously negotiating wages, time off, things like this, and it's possibly to spend with me on the weekends. She didn't come out and say that. She didn't come. Perfect opportunity. I told my boss I want 2 weekends off a month so that I can spend time with you. No. She told her boss, I want 2 weekends off because I have a life. All right. I don't understand this. I don't understand women that try to keep their relationship on the down low. The diva was famous for this. She still is to this day. She's spending weekends knocking boots, getting drunk, getting high with men, or she was, the nappy-bearded, short-waisted, 300-pound, bowling pin-shaped leprechaun, and telling everybody, oh, he's just a friend. He's just a friend. But they're basically friends with benefits, almost a full-on relationship situation, you know? But yet they don't want to tell anybody that. Almost like they're embarrassed of who they chose as their partner, so they got to keep it secret. Or that's not the case with me, but with the diva it was, because she was always hooking up with miscreants. Ugly, fat miscreants. I came along, I was the best damn thing that's ever happened to her, which is probably why she's still in love with me. But anyway, I don't understand why women do this. They keep their relationships secret under the guise of, oh, people don't need to know my personal business. I think they're afraid of criticism. They're afraid of the peanut gallery chiming in, their peanut gallery chiming in and criticizing their choice. And they can't handle listening to somebody telling them, you made a bad choice, or that guy's a piece of shit, or whatever. You know, Scrunchy was dealing with that with her family. But it was Scrunchy's fault. Because Scrunchy, when the shit hit the fan, opened up our situation and showed it to her family and basically toxified her family against us and me. They didn't know my side of the story. So she talks, and Collie was doing that. Collie was sitting down over coffee in the morning and bitching to her mom about shit about me that she didn't like, or us, or whatever. And as a result, she toxified her mom against me. You don't do that. That's a golden rule. So that's one aspect where you can keep your relationship secret. But there's no reason your family can't know that you're in a relationship. Just don't air your dirty laundry to your family. Your family's not going anywhere. Friends, they come and go. You know, people, co-workers, whatever. They're in your life for a short period of time, and then they're gone. And then their opinion doesn't matter. But family is like Velcro. They're there all the time. And whatever you tell them or you reveal to them about the bad aspects of your relationship with your guy, not only is it going to toxify their opinion of your partner and, you know, in their minds, and you got to live with it for the rest of your days. You got to deal with it at holidays and functions. You know, stupid move. Don't, yeah. So I don't know. She's not, I don't know. But the way it looks like is she's putting, Mia now, is putting situations in place which are advantageous for her, right? More money, time off, that are not going to allow her to transition up to the lake house as the trophy wife anytime soon, if at all. She's choosing her priorities, right? In my opinion, if she had intentions of uprooting her situation and moving up to the lake house and cohabitating with me as husband and wife, she wouldn't have done this. No. She would be finding a way to get out of the situation. And right now is the perfect storm because they're exploiting the shit out of her. They're taking advantage of her. It was a perfect opportunity to walk away and pursue us. She chose the opposite. So, I don't know. Life is short. Time is short. Tell me about it. I was watching on YouTube last night. A thing came up. Famous actors who have died today. Well, it wasn't today. It was recently. Holy shit, some of these people that are gone. Clint Eastwood, all kinds of people. I can't remember specific names off the top of my head, but some of the ages, 56, 62, 65, 43. You never know when your card is pulled. TikTok goes the clock, and her and I could be living up there in paradise together. And she doesn't seem to be in any hurry to do it. You know. So I don't know. There's a lot of women out there that are questing hardcore, full throttle, for full-on, live-in lifetime relationships. Now, a lot of them are crazy, full-blown insane. A lot of them are looking for sugar daddies. Yeah, but they're out there. Companionship is important to me. Yeah, so I don't know. But anyway, this could be a good day. It's going to be a long one, but it could be a good day as far as getting some stuff accomplished that I need to accomplish and not having to expend any of my money or wear and tear on my Jeep to make it happen. Yep. So we will get going here and get her done. And I'll probably be getting home late tonight. I don't know if I'll be able to do it. It's getting dark now around 8 o'clock. So I don't know if I'll be able to spray the driveway tonight, but maybe tomorrow night after work. Because like I said, the weather pattern is supposed to hold out till Saturday. Saturday and Sunday, thunderstorms again. But I got to go down to the trailer. I got no choice. Mia's working Saturday. She's going to be in Iowa, coming back from Iowa or Missouri or some shit like that. They got her going. She's on her way to Iowa now. And then she's got to go to Minnesota for an auction. And then she's going to Missouri. So she's working through Saturday. But she's got Sunday off. But we all know what's going to happen Sunday, don't we? I got to recover. So once again, doing everything by myself. Sucks. I think Phil's mad at me. Yep. Pissed him off. I expressed my opinions, viewpoints on a subject, and it's not what he wanted to hear. So he's a recent convert, Jesus freak now, right? White lighter. He's got an obsession to speak in tongues. So that's a phenomenon that happened back in biblical days, supposedly when people were overcome and possessed by the Holy Spirit. They would talk in gibberish. And I don't mean that in a bad way. We can't understand it. It was like a foreign language, foreign dialect, the whole 9 yards. It was like they were possessed. And needing an exorcism. But you don't want to be exorcised from the Holy Spirit. That's a good thing. So he's obsessed with learning how or trying to figure out how to speak in tongues. I'm like, why? What is your obsession with this? And his excuse was, well, I want to be able to communicate better with God and get direction. I says, God is not going to talk to you in a foreign language and require you to be able to speak that foreign language in order to receive his insight and his wisdom. That's number one. Number two, you better not be wanting to speak in tongues just because other people in your church are doing it and you think that proves to your peers that you're truly a white lighter and you are a supreme being, etc., etc. You better not be trying to do it to put on a show for mortal man. That's, honestly, I think that's what he's doing. I think there's people at his church that when they got their hands in the air and they're doing their verbal prayer thing, they start to blah, 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 talking, you know, oh, Jimmy's speaking in tongues. He's the best Christian ever. He's a true white lighter. He's literally better than me. He's one with God. I gotta learn how to do that. I think that's what he's doing. The way he explained it, he wants to be able to understand what God wants for him, direction for him, and is talking to him. I'm like, dude, you got to open your eyes to other avenues of communication. Me? YouTube. I firmly believe God is sending me messages through YouTube. And it's funny because people think I'm crazy for saying that, but other people have shown up on YouTube and said the exact same thing. They believe God uses YouTube and other content providers on YouTube as vessels and forms of communication to get messages to you. Yeah. Well, I just posted one about narcissists. Yeah. Some insight that I had a sneaking suspicion was the case, that I was sent to the diva to rescue her, turn her into an honest woman, be the best thing that ever happened to her, and she flat out rejected it. I had a premonition that that's why we crossed paths and why we met. Stuff doesn't happen. Stuff happens for a reason. I believe that was the reason. I was injected into her world. She chose to terminate that situation for selfish reasons. And now she's paying the price. She was sent a white lighter, and I'm not bragging, but I was sent to rescue her from her slow descent into the pit of misery. And she chose to reject it, and now God said, okay, that was your chance. Now you pay the price. And karma has been spanking her ever since. And it's not going to stop. But anyway, I'm wondering if Phil is trying to do this speaking in tongues thing for bragging rights or acceptance in his church or something along those lines. And that's what I warned him about. I said, it doesn't make you a better Christian than the guy next to you who can't speak in tongues. You know what I mean? Oh, yeah. He hasn't said a word to me since. I sent him a picture of me holding up the big fish. Not a peep. So Phil, it appears, is all on board for getting advice and wisdom from me if it dovetails into what he's thinking or what he wants to believe or how he wants to proceed in his walk of faith. But if it contests what he wants or what he thinks or what he feels, he ghosts you. That's not godly. No, not at all. Whatever. But anyway, so there's that. All right, we're gonna get this party going. First call is up in the northern section here, where the diva succubus mongooses evil witch of the North Mother lives. A direct clone of her. The school teacher that taught the diva to be what she is today, a product of her environment growing up. That's the first call, and then I work my way south. So, talk to you soon.